guys, I wanted to show you how to change the tips of the Colwood Detailer wood burning machine. I started wood burning in January of last year, and about March I took my first commission. Mostly pet portraits and some people portraits too, but pets are my favorite. When I first started, I started with just a basic, it was actually a soldering machine. It wasn't even a wood burning machine. I went to my husband, I said, oh, I want a wood burn. And he's like, okay, you can try that. So I tried, a soldering machine, and it worked. And people were like, oh, that looks pretty good. And I was like, oh, I don't know. But I started getting commissions in March, and I said, well, I've got to get a better machine because a soldering iron is not going to work for commissions. So I saved up some money. I used my coupon apps and things like that, such as Shopkicks and Ibotta and all kinds of stuff. And I'll put those links in the descriptions below also if you're interested. And so I saved up and I bought my machine from Amazon, and I'll put that link down below too. I ended up, it was originally $160. I ended up with all my savings. I ended up only paying $60 for my machine. It can be done. So anyway, moving on. I bought my machine in March and then started doing commissions. And when I bought my machine, I bought all of these tips. I bought probably maybe 15 tips. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. After a year and a half almost of using this machine, I only used 2 tips. The ball tip, B1, and then the shader tip. And there's several different kinds of shader tips, but it's this tip right here. And I'll put a link in the description where you could get that. I bought my tips from Colwood.com. I'm not getting any money from them or anything. It's just where I buy them, They were fast, a good price. I could not believe. I ordered my replacement tip, this one, 3 days ago. It came in 2 days. I was like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I want to show you how to change these. Okay, so this is the Colwood Detailer machine. You'll have to excuse my workbench. It is a workbench, so sometimes it's dirty. But anyway, and there's a commission I'm getting ready to start, so you'll see that later on. But this is my machine. I've had it for a year and a half. I love my detailer machine. It has, it can go up to 10. I'm not going to, well, it's unplugged, but it can go up to 10. I have never used 10. The highest I've used is 7. But anyway, so I always unplug my machine. I don't know why. I guess I just have, I don't know. I just do it just because. I don't want to be the one person that has their wood shop burnt down because they forgot to unplug something. But I unplug mine, especially it tells me that I've unplugged it and nothing can really happen, These machines can get very hot, up to 1500 degrees. So I can't imagine if you leave it on what will happen other than losing everything you have in your shop. But anyway, so it's a Colwood Detailer. It has 10 things, and I'm going to show you how to change the tip. This tip I've had since day one, and I ordered mine with a cork, this helps with the heat. Like when you're holding it, sometimes this gets really hot, so you need something to hold on to so that the cork is good. It's kind of dirty, but anyway. You can also order yours with a pad right here. Some people put 2 pads, and I've seen 3 pads on these on the pens, but 1 is enough. And basically, it's for the comfort of your hand. So, these are all the tips that I had ordered, and I have never used them. They just sit in their containers, and so I bought them, and if I ever want to, maybe I'll sell them, but I don't use them. There's no need for them right now. But anyway, there they sit. So when you get your tips, they come in these containers, and they have the type of tip written in marker on the bottom. There are so many different tips. I don't even know what D means, but there's all kinds. And this is like a spoon tip. And then this is one of the ball tips. This is a B2, and it has different colors of, shapes of like a ball tip, So anyway, but today I'm going to show you just only the shader tip, because I've had the shader tip on my machine for over 1.5 years. I have had it since day 1, and you can see this tip is just worn out. I've used it over and over again, literal hours, and this is my 2nd replacement tip. So if I could guess how long a tip lasts for, this machine, it always depends on how hot you run your machine and how long. Since I was only getting maybe a commission a week, maybe I was using it for 3 or 4 hours at a time, during the week. And so I think 1.5 years is pretty good. So as far as the actual pyrography pen, I guess you can call it a pen, it has a cork, and you can order these foam grips. I've seen people with 2 and 3 of them on there, but I just want 1. It's basically for the comfort of your hand, because I guess if you didn't have it on there, this would just rub, and it wouldn't be comfortable. The cork is very important. The pen does get pretty hot, so you want to make sure that you have a good grip on the pen. There's actually 2 ways to do this. When you get a whole kit, it comes with these tongs. And I guess the purpose of it is if you're really in a hurry and you want to change your tips before your tip gets cool, you can just literally take it and pull it out, just like that. And then you can put it somewhere so it can cool. Then you can put a new tip in. However, I'm not in a hurry, so I don't use this a lot, but you can use it to pull it out. So I just use my fingers. It's not on, it's not even plugged in, so I'm going to just pull it out just like this. I just pulled it out. So it's that easy. Then I'm going to take my shader tip and open it. I wanted to tell you before I put it in, on these tips, If you have, if you want to make it last a little bit longer, you can rub the tip just a little bit with some light sandpaper. Just really light, like maybe 2 times or 3 times. And it will get the carbon off of your tip. Because when you're burning, carbon gets on this, and then it gets dirty, and you need a clean tip in order to do your pyrography. If you order the machine through Colwood, when you order your machine, it does come with these fingernail boards. Yeah, that's what that is. Which is like sandpaper. It came with 2 of them. So, you just rub them on there and get some of the carbon off. There's some people that say to get the carbon off, to put the machine all the way up to 10. Don't do that. And the reason not to do that is because your tips won't last as long. So, anyway. So, to put the tip in, you're going to look for this color. They put a little color dot on there. And plus, I don't think you can see it. But there's the 2 tongs. I'm sorry, can't talk right. The 2 areas that the tines need to go in there, you can see them. And let's see. Okay, so on the tip it has this little dip in there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. And you want to put that in where the dot is. You push it in all the way, very tightly and snug. I just make sure. Okay? So that's how you change a tip. It's really easy. It's not rocket science, but you don't want to use tools or anything except the tool that they gave you. If you want to use it, you don't have to, but I really like my machine. I've had no problems with it. I love it. There's all different kinds of Colwood machines, but the Detailer is like a middle machine for somebody that's just starting out. There's other machines that are really expensive, like $500, but you can get this one. Mine actually came with a book and then 3 tips. And that's what I should have stayed with. I shouldn't have even bought the other tips, but I have them, and that's okay. And if you want to buy them, that's up to you, but changing your tips is pretty easy. Thanks for watching.